Hey folks, it's Jang here from ultimaterc.com, and I'm about to unbox this. It is the Duratrax 835B 1/8 scale nitro ready to run racing buggy. Let's go ahead and check out how this gets packed up and how it gets unpacked and see what's inside. There's some more stuff that came out of that bag, or out of that lower box insert. Got some decals, looks like some form of tool there. Oh, engine stopper. The antenna tube. Here comes the radio transmitter. All right, 2.4 gigahertz, cool. And what's in here? Whoa. All right, so a bunch of stuff is included with this. They call it RTR, but they go a little bit beyond the normal definition of RTR by actually including a little glow igniter for you. And this is going to take one single alkaline battery, or you can put a nickel metal in there if you so choose. They do have a fuel bottle for you. Check it out. It's got an aluminum anodized tube. Okay, well, there you go. We've got a fuel bottle. This is a receiver pack charger, which suggests to me that there is a receiver pack in there, a rechargeable receiver pack. So that's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and open this bag up now just to get this out of the way. Engine stopper. Oh, okay, so this just goes into your exhaust. It's for stopping it that way, not a flywheel get in the way sort of thing. You know, it's just to plug up the exhaust, and like I say, antenna tube, you know, no big deal there. This, I'm assuming, I don't know if they want you to use this for tuning. See your high-speed needle right there, if this is for tuning or if it's for setting the binding on the binding port for the receiver, but we'll see how that comes out in the details. I'll get into more of the details in the review itself, but so far so good. Here's the instruction manual, which seems super thick. And why are these pages feeling different? Oh, this opens up. Got your whole exploded view there. All the parts are listed. They actually have a little bit of info on tuning and getting set up, so that's pretty cool. I just got to quickly see, and then full-on CAD assembly instructions, so you can see all the parts that come in it. That is good. A little bit of upgrade stuff in there. The transmitter itself, it is I believe the same one that was used, that you've already seen if you watch my videos a lot. If this came on the Duratrax Baja Bug. This seems to be their new standard, made by Futaba. 2.4 gigahertz, absolutely no antenna on top at all. And this has trims and steering dual rate, so just the basics that you need. They did not include AA's in the package, it seems, for this, but it does only take 4 of those, so that'll be pretty cheap to get going. What happened here? There we go. Okay, so I'll put that off to the side. Fuel bottle, put that off to the side, and now we can just focus on the buggy itself. So, pretty much standard fare 1/8 scale buggy stuff is what you see here so far, and this suspension setup, you know me and suspension setup, I love it. A little bit too much preload up front. The rear feels amazing. These shocks feel incredible. I've never felt RTR 8 scale shocks that feel so smooth. There's so little static friction. I can barely feel it at all. So off to a good start with me with the shocks. They're big bores. They're not the biggest bore, but they're bigger than the old standard. Aluminum bodies, threaded on the outside, so you can adjust your ride height easily. I do feel a little bit of oil on the outside of here, so I will be on the lookout for any signs of leakages there, but they do have rubber boots down at the bottom of these. I'm going to go ahead and take this body right on off, yeah. Let's see what is underneath. Ooh, shiny. Nice chromed up, tuned pipe. No plastic bits there. Nice, large, smooth header with a silicone coupler right here. You can see this is the antenna. So I'll have to trace that back, see where that's coming from. Looks like they did a pretty decent job of routing the wires around. The wires, I'm so used to electric stuff. Routing the tubing around. You can see you've got double-decker mounts over here. See, you've got a nice little pull ring right here for easier, and that's got a good spring on it too, but for easier filling, you just grab that right through the window of the body. You can squirt in your fuel from the side. It's a pretty big tank, a decent sized tank. It's 125 cc. You can see they do have an overfill little spill route right here, so any extra spill, as long as there's not too much of it, we'll try to go down here, and that actually it's going to come out through a little hole down here in the bottom. So that's really good. The engine is a Thunder Tiger 0.27, so a big one. High displacement engine, not war legal and whatnot, but for sportsman use, I'm sure it would be perfectly fine. Hopefully we'll be able to get some good power out of that thing. Turn it around, look at the other side. Let's pop this off. Hopefully, oh no, it's actually held down already with a zip tie. But looking over here, we can see that it does have independent braking, front to rear, independently adjustable. So that's a very good thing. Curious to see what is under here. Right. Aha! Yes. Good. Excellent. They do give you a rechargeable receiver pack, and that is what this is for. A little 5-cell nickel metal. Very nice. Was not expecting that, for such a low-end vehicle from an entry-level manufacturer. There you go. Took that tag off of there. This wire is ridiculously long, though. I'll come back to that at a later date. It does have a transponder mount. That's cool, although the hole is a little bit on the small side. It's not going to be able to take the AMD track transponders through that hole, I can see already, but you can't win them all. Got an externally accessible switch for turning your electrical power on and off. Has a nice oval-sized or oval-shaped air filter, so fairly decent size on that. A lot of exposed area. No pre-filter on it, but it's pretty much the norm. You will need to get your own air filter oil to use on that. We'll look at some other details on the vehicle, giving you a really quick glance. Other than the hold down screws for the servo horns, it looks like everything else is using hex heads, which is very good. Very happy to see that. Yep, hex heads all the way around. Black oxide coated screws. Looking for E-clips, and I'm not really seeing them. I'm seeing a lot of captured stuff, which makes me very happy. Here's a very easy to see example of that. The rear suspension pins, right? The inner pins right here. You can see there's a hex head at this end here, and then at this end on the inside there's actually a lock nut, a nylock nut. Awesome. Thank you. It does have dog bones at the rear, and at the front it looks like it has universals, so steel universals at the front. Adjustability, you can see there is definitely some slop in the steering, but most of that comes right from here, and it's just because of an assembly error. That screw right there, hopefully you can see me kind of moving it around, it just wasn't tightened up properly, so I'll pop that horn off and tighten this down. I'll take most of that slop out, and it'll be down to just this right here. There are a number of different points where you can attach the shocks up top. Of course, you've got the right height adjustability there. There are 2 mounting points down here. You've got 2 mounting points for the upper, for the front camber links, inboard only. No adjustability outboard, but inboard you can change your dynamic camber and your roll center there. Between 2 options, you've got a bunch more options on the rear hubs. There are, looks like 4 holes out there. You've got 4 holes inboard for changing your roll center. You can also change your length at one of the roll center settings. Droop. It does have Droop screws pre-installed all the way around. Here on the back with the rear arms, you've got 2 options down here for shock mounts. Up top on the aluminum shock towers, they are forged, stamped aluminum pieces, but it looks like 1/8 inch, I want to say. I'd say more than 3 millimeters. It looks more like 1/8 inch, if not upwards of 4. I don't know if it's 4. I'll have to take a mic to it and see. But you've got a bunch of mounting options up here for your shocks. The wing does have 3 options for angles, so lots of stuff that you can adjust on this thing right out of the box. For engine adjustability, of course, high-speed needle, idle adjust screw right there. And does it have, yeah, okay, it does have a low-speed needle over here. So just the basics, but everything that you need. The wheels and tires, let's see. The wheels are moderately flexible. I've felt worse, but some flexibility there. A little bit on the soft side. The tires feel pretty good, actually. For an RTR, feel real good, actually. Moderately soft foam inserts in them. The rubber compound is kind of a medium rubber, but it feels like a good rubber, like a proper, almost a race compound rubber, just not race softness. There's some stickiness to it. You can just feel as you move the little blocks of tread around it, that it does have the kind of spring back that you want in a tire rubber compound. So that's a good thing. Standard 17 millimeter hexes on there, none of the old Duratrax Axis 19 millimeter setup. There are 3 options for adjusting your Ackerman. Of course, you can change your front toe. Lots of good stuff. Looking for things to complain about, and I'm not seeing them other than just the out-of-the-box suspension setup with, looks like there's, the camber is a little bit off in the front, and there's too much preload up front. Definitely, I mean, it's angled up. So, you know, I mentioned the very first thing is that it felt a little bit stiff and a little bit high up front, and that's indeed the case. I will go ahead and fix that because it's a free fix, and I don't know if they did this just for the sake of packaging. Sometimes they will change preload just to make the vehicle more safe in the package. Especially Duratrax now is using pretty slim packing. It's really easy to get the vehicle out of the package, and there's not a whole lot of waste of different plastics and stuff. It's all just recyclable cardboard. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but it's kind of green in a good way. You know, not the annoying tree hugger way, but just in the practical way that makes sense and does the right thing. Anyway, this is it. This is the Duratrax 835B nitro buggy. I need to put my antenna tube over that, but oh, one last thing. Not too much compression. So this is not going to need a really long break-in process. And most importantly, let me tell you, when you get a nitro vehicle, especially for folks starting out, and it's got a pull start on it, and it has so much compression starting out that it's just like freaking very annoying. Definitely going to turn off a lot of newbies. This is not like that. I mean, look at this, just right here. The compression is there for sure, but it's not so much that it's going to make somebody hate nitro immediately. So I've got really high hopes for this thus far. Really happy with what I've seen. It's not all high end, you know, with the stamped shock towers. It also has cast hubs up front. The rears are plastic. It's got plastic upper chassis here, plastic, what do you call these, chassis braces, but a lot of features that aren't required are here. A lot of good thought, it appears, went into this. So far, so good. Duratrax 835B, 4-wheel drive, nitro, 1/8 scale buggy. Look forward to getting this thing broken in and taking it out to the track and seeing how well it performs and how well it is able to hopefully hold its tune over time. Thanks very much for watching this unboxing. Stay tuned for more stuff coming, including, of course, the raw driving videos, as well as eventually a full review of this buggy and lots more. Talk to you again soon.